Sunday Night Live. Jump on here a little bit early. Once you're here, leave some comments. Hit that thumbs up for us. Help push the algorithm out. Leave some comments. Do you hear us? Is the picture here? A lot of times we'll see something different than what you guys see. So how's the picture look? Got some tool bags, some large tool bags. Wallets. Minimalistic wallets. Free sell. Pocket slides. Those will hold a 3x5 right in the rain. Free bags. Promos for tomorrow's orders. IKEA tote. Gray black 12 gauge micros. OD radio pouches with extended batteries for the bow fans. So Coyote 12 gauge micros, I think is what's going out here. OD 308 micros right there. Still selling bandoliers. I don't know what you're calling a bandolier. I don't make any product called bandolier at all. Yeah. Carter Lee, what's up? Chase, what's up? Red Dawn, Steve, Jake Wise, what's up? Backwoods, how are you? Scott, Dave, Kilo Bravo 6, what's up? No, I think doing a bandolier at this point is just somebody looking for something different. There's nothing that a bandolier does that a proper chest rig doesn't do better. Just like a sling backpack, sling bags. Sling bags, whatever. A backpack works better everywhere than a sling bag does. There's nothing a sling bag does better than an actual backpack does. DJ, what's up? Peck, what's up? Like a sling that just holds extra max. Yeah, every one of these things holds extra max. Every single one. That has two proper magazine pouches that'll hold 2 M4 or 2 AK mags. And then you got utility for medical, smokes, radio, whatever. It'll also hold 4 more mags. So you can put 8 mags on that little rig right there. That rig, you can also lock in our dangler to it. You can also lock these on top of armor. Next round of war bags. We never put the war bags up for sale. You send an email. They start at $450. Every time I say, hey, I'm going to build these, I get about 30 dudes that want them. I don't want to sit and build that many, so I take maybe a dozen of them. They're $450. If that's you, send an email. Can I buy one of those mid-tier tool bag? Mid-tier. Yeah, those are the dudes looking for fucking wives. They get wives at the needle exchange. They go to the drug, houses, and fucking then they wonder why their relationships are failing. The same dudes that are like, I don't know why I have to give half of my paycheck to my ex-wife. Same dude. Hey, who has the best deal on a breast job? It's the same guy. Will you use the motor oil you drain out of other trucks? Will you put that in my truck and charge me less for it? Mid-tier. Not the clients I'm looking for. Evan, what's up? James Barden, what's up? Folks had issues with text app recently. I'm subscribed. No. There's always one or two dudes with an issue with something. We had a dude last night, Evan, I need to send you the screenshots actually. We had a dude last night said that our website, he couldn't get on our website's down, what he told me first. And I said, hey, we've done over 200 orders tonight since 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we've done 200 orders. And I said, we had an order come through 4 minutes ago. I go, the website's working. And then he told me that my website is blocking his server or whatever his email is. Maybe. I mean, there's always weird shit with tech, but it's usually almost always the other way around. Your job has something blocked or there's some nonsense with your free email server. No, we didn't go live last night. We didn't get home till after midnight. A new shit job's cheap. Yeah, that's it exactly, man. Just go get silicone. Go get silicone at Home Depot. You can get a 5-gallon bucket of it and just inject it in there yourself. My wife just had her third child, all natural home. Nice. Awesome. Fucking incredible, man. 11 pounds. Amy, what's up? Wonder how many homosexuals are not hitting the like button. 124 on here and 38 thumbs up out of 124. Those are covert homosexuals. Those are guys that maintain a relationship with a wife, wonder why their relationship is failing because they won't come out of the closet and just say that they're in love with another man. Those are the dudes that don't hit the thumbs up. That or federal agents. I tried to recreate Jeremy's tacos, underwhelming. He'll give you a step-by-step on how to do it. Homestead Twins, what's up? 48 thumbs up, 44. Some people are constant problems. Some people have problems. Not always. Not always. I mean, there is occasionally a dude that's like has a legitimate issue. But most people that have an issue, if you click on their social media profiles, every post is an issue. Their issue is actually the reflection in the mirror. They just can't put that together. And we've told society for the last 40 years that the customer's always right, and people are so worried and coddle people, right? People don't have calluses. They can't problem solve on their own anymore. Was just watching a food challenge. Dudes ate like 10 pounds of burgers and fries. Travis, what's up? Carrie, what's up? Dave, what's going on? Don't have a use for the Alpine, but it does look cool, doesn't it? Burger joints in Franklin? No, I don't go to hamburger places, man. I don't. I don't eat food that I don't enjoy anymore. I don't eat food that I can't identify. I don't eat food that has multiple ingredients. I eat meat, and it's not because I'm keto or carnivore. I had some fries last night that were huge wedges of potato. And they had like a fried onion on top of them, real thin fried onion. And then they had truffle oil on them and garlic. They were very good. So it's not that I'm keto. I just eat, I just don't feel good when I eat fucking shitty hamburgers. Yeah, Carrie, business is good, man. Carrie 848, who are you, buddy? Which Carrie are you? Building a rabbit cage stand for the new rabbit project. Right on. I use sawhorses. We paint them with a paint so the urine doesn't soak them. I run sawhorses and then 2x4s. You can put 4x4s, but I put 2x4s on end and then put the rabbit cages on there. I only use the 2x4, the 2-inch side of it, because the cage rests on top of it and there's going to be manure that collects there. Whereas the 4x4 has more. What do you think of Travis Haley's Instagram post? I think Travis is spot on, man. I've known Travis for 30 years probably. Travis used to come in my shop. We made kit for Travis and all of his guys. Travis was with a friend of mine in Najaf on the roof in the shootout. Travis, when he started building gear through his company, he asked us to build it. We sent him several kits, NSW rigs. We just can't build stuff for retail. Everything I build, I sell full retail. So Travis went with, I think, Mayflower, or I don't remember which company, to build his kit. The sales of ribeye have increased by 10% across the country because John. We're going to do a meat box, guys. We're going to do a meat deal with Polyface. I think you guys will hear about that when the podcast comes out with Joel Salatin. He's going to have a code for us, so you guys will be able to order. I'm trying to get it so you can order anything that they sell and just get a discount on it. And then I'm also going to put together like a box of what me and the guys and Amanda eat, which will mostly be ribeyes and filet mignon. So there'll be a discount to you guys in there in some manner. Any tips on keeping rabbits in an apartment? Are you keeping them inside the apartment, or do you have a carport or a garage? I did order 6.6 ranch beef. That was good. Cool. Man, I'm not saying don't get a burger. I eat a burger occasionally. I'm just like tonight. This is what I had for dinner tonight, right here. I know every ingredient in this. It was ribeye that I cut into strips, and it was a squash. And there's nothing on there but extra virgin olive oil that came out of this glass bottle right here. And this Redmond's salt. And this pepper right here. That's all. That's what I have for dinner. That's what I have for dinner most nights. Aurora Rings, what's up? Rabbit in the spare bedroom. So, clean them often every day. But I can get away with every couple days. Clean them often every day. Have urine guards on your cage, unless you don't have bucks. If you have males, male rabbits spray piss, and they can spray it up to 10 feet away. If I was keeping rabbits in an apartment, I would go with KW cages. I would use a stacked system with a pull-out slide tray. They're costly, but there are no cages better than KW. They're out of Santee, California. I have some KW cages. I use mostly less costly cages. KW is the best. And I would take, if I was you and I was keeping them in a spare room in an apartment, I would get some Visqueen plastic, and the wall they're against, I would cover it from ceiling to base, and just use a staple gun and put that plastic up there so that it doesn't get on the walls. And then I would put probably on the floor too. I would do Visqueen plastic on the floor also. That way, any accidents happen, any overspill, anything happens, you can always pull that up. So when you move out, you're not going to have an issue with any kind of deposit. Now, collapse of society, different kind of story. But, you know, we've been waiting and training and prepping and being ready for collapse of society. I'm 52 years old. I've yet to see it happen. I have a friend that breeds very, very high dollar rabbits, and he has some beautiful Rexes. He wins shows all over the United States, and he keeps them in a shed like these tiny houses we have here, and that's how he breeds all of his rabbits indoors. Yeah, urine's brutal to get out for sure, and it can easily be prevented. Just go buy you a box. It comes in a rectangle box. It's a roll of thick plastic. You buy it at Home Depot. You can buy a box of it for anywhere from $30 to $100. Buy you some thick plastic, staple that on the walls, and then you can always just remove it, and nobody will know that it ever happened. Meats in Dixon has some ribeyes. James Riley Meats in Dixon. I'll have to check that out, Tim Riley. In Dixon, Tennessee? You have a butcher shop over there? I think we're finally getting out of the rabbits. We have 2 breeders left. Man, I do rabbits because they scale so fast. I can go from 20 rabbits to hundreds of rabbits in 30 days. I can have hundreds of rabbits finished and ready to slaughter in, 90 days, as you know. But more important than the rabbits to me, it's just meat on the hoof. Rabbits for me is about the manure. For everybody prepping and spinning up a garden, and anybody that wants to be ready to go should you ever have to, that rabbit manure can be immediately used any time of the year. You're 52. From voice alone, should think you're in your 30s. No, I'm 52, man. I'm in better shape than most people in 32. Tim Johns, Riley Market, downtown. Oh, I love downtown Dixon. There used to be a cool little Cuban restaurant in there. Nice little diner. We go down there for the burger place over there, maybe once a year. There's a real good ice cream place there also. We actually looked at, there's a cool bank building down there for sale, historic bank building. What brand and name gear is this? It's the same brand and name as the company of the video you're watching. Special Operations Equipment. We're very mid-tier. We build, we're really in China right now. I maintain all of these sewing machines to trick people into thinking that we build all this stuff in the United States. Who is that? Who is Frank, Madman? Well, first of all, you call yourself Madman, so let's address that. Frank is a dude who actually uses his real name. Frank has been a client for over 20 years. Him and I have had several dealings over decades. So Frank is a person who's in a position to answer your questions. Questions that you yourself could get the answers to. He just gives them to you. Love the Chinese SOE made gear. Will the IKEA bag be the same as the regular IKEA bags? They're pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Here's an IKEA bag right here. There is the bag I made. They're very similar. My bag's heavier, obviously. It's Cordura. My bag doesn't stay open and hold its shape when empty as well as the IKEA bag because it's Cordura. We're going to I'm going to put Velcro patches on the side. I'm going to make the handles, my handles are much more robust. But yeah, if you like the normal, ours is going to last, for 200 years. Just asked if it's, hey, chill out, Madman. Ask some real questions. Here, you want the real answer? Now, the owner of the company, that's me. I started this company 35 years. I can tell you how good my stuff is all day long. More important than me, what you should ask yourself is why on Sunday night, when you could be literally anywhere on the internet, why there's 220 people here watching me. My shit's the best there is. I'm not Ford. I'm not trying to put a Mustang in every driveway. My product is Ferrari. If I want you to buy my shit, I'll call you and invite you to buy it. That's literally what we do. I don't care who buys it because every single thing we make sells. We build everything in this building. Raw goods, semi-trucks, and UPS comes in here with a trailer. They bring all these rolls of material in here. These are all raw rolls of material. These are all cases of Velcro, hook and loop. Here's more rolls of material. This is all elastic. These are all tubular nylons and bungees. There's webbing. Here's more rolls of material. That's all Velcro back there. We cut all this stuff out right here. These are all buckles, and we build everything right here. I had 63 U.S. dealers and 52 international dealers. I shut down my entire dealer program probably 8 years ago. We ship everything direct to consumer, and we ship 200 to 400 boxes every day out of here. We ship between 2,000 and 4,000 boxes out of here per week. So I realize you stumbled across this video. The way you found this is because somebody that you interact with on social media interacts with my channel, so it targeted it towards you. I don't do any paid advertising. I have 4,000 videos on this YouTube page. 90% of them are unmonetized. I say whatever I want to say. I don't have any sponsors or ad money for any of my podcasts. or videos. I have 750,000 followers on Facebook. I post on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I just kind of do what I think is right. And people can like that, or people can dislike that. But everything we build, it sells out. Whenever I do one of these videos, I do one of these videos almost every night about 9 o'clock. And I walk around and just ramble and talk to people about whatever they want to talk about. A lot of times it's homesteading or business development or how to do social media marketing. And then there's gear also. When I walk around and do one of these videos, when I get off of this video in the evening, I usually have between $3,000 and $5,000 of sales while I'm online because people see the product and they buy it. I have an email app that has close to 5,000 people on it, and I have a text app. No, I have that wrong. I have a text app with almost 5,000 people. I have an email app with almost 90,000 people on it. We send out a text every day, and almost everything we make each day sells out when we put a text out. What's the most expensive thing that we have? I mean, I got chest rigs. I got LBVs that we build only custom they start at $1,000. These war bags. This is a 3-mag war bag. Our 3-mag and 4-mag war bag start at $450. PH, what's out? What's up, man? Jason, you're out. Have a good night. Homestead, what's up? Tactical Homestead Medical. Did that breathing exercise. Still low serotonin. I need some excitement in my life. Get your hormones checked, man. Get your hormones optimized. Check your testosterone. Check your vitamin B. Check your vitamin D. Vitamin D is not a vitamin, by the way. That's a hormone. Get your shit checked. Get optimized. Work out. Physical fitness is free. Physical fitness fixes most mental. If you want to be mentally fit, you have to work towards physically fit. Custom Centric, what's up, man? Angel, what's up? That's why ninjas use SOE. Yeah, the real ninjas use SOE. Yeah. I used to say that all the time. Look, guys, if you see some dudes that are killing bad guys on CNN, they have our shit on there. Like, if you see them getting on and off planes, you see them on helicopters. If you see those dudes, that means somebody fucked up, right? If you hear about one of those tier 1 missions, that means somebody fucked up somewhere. But you can rest assured they're running our kit. That's been the case for a very long time. So much happier and healthier. As a laborer working the desk, it takes its toll. Yeah, I would assume that it does, man. You got IKEA bags on order. You're gonna like them, man. I can't get your comment. A beer is a loaf of bread out of my head. It's true. And dude, I'm telling you, like, we'll go upstairs. I'll show you. I drink, right? I don't consider myself an alcoholic. It's not ruined any relationships. I don't drink out in public. I've never gone to a bar and sat down. Actually, I hate that whole environment. I drink a margarita. It's got about 2 fingers of tequila in a cup about this big, and then the rest is sugar-free soda. But you should look at, when you drink alcohol, you should look at it as poisoning yourself. I didn't drink for 4 weeks. Didn't have any alcohol at all for 4 weeks. I had 2 margaritas yesterday at 2 separate restaurants. But if you're drinking beer, it is the same as eating a loaf of bread. And when do most people drink beer? Well, I need it to go to sleep. It definitely, like, alcohol definitely helps me sleep, go to sleep at night. My wife will tell you that when I drink alcohol, I'm a nicer person. I mean, I don't know. I don't drink during the day or anything, so I don't know where that would really translate. But that's real. And I say that as a guy who has hundreds of bottles of tequila, right? I buy alcohol. I drink alcohol. I'm not saying that as holier than thou. When I make those videos in the morning at 4:30 in the morning, I'm saying things that I need to hear. But it's interesting that people take that as me talking down to them. It's because they have something fucked up in their lives and they don't want to address that. How much nicer could John get? Bourbon is liquid cornbread, and like cornbread, it's best in moderation. I like cornbread with a lot of sugar and honey. Andrea, how are you? Andrea. I had to quit. I was too much fun. Been sober for 3 years. Right on. Right on. Does tequila make your clothes come off? It makes Amanda's clothes come off when I drink tequila. Like, guys, I don't understand dudes that are in a relationship where they're like, I get to have sex on Tuesday. I feel sorry for you if that's where you're at. Become the man that your woman wants. I want to have sex 2 or 3 times a day. I don't get dudes that are in a relationship where they're miserable like that. And same for women too. I don't understand that. And people get in relationships and they get complacent. Like, you need to be a man that other women want, right? When you are out in public, women should want you. Why, if your wife wants you, why would other women not want you? And your woman should be so attractive to you and be so high quality that you don't notice other women wanting you. But that should be your goal. Like, you should be the person that your family needs, and you should be desirable. And if you're not, well, then I would assume you're probably a miserable fuck. While I was duck hunting, I was forced to cut through 100 yards of cattails and willow trees. 45-minute curse God many times. Why would you have to do that? I don't understand that. Tons of alcoholism starts during, I can't see the rest of that, during something. Stopped drinking 2 years ago. Joined jiu-jitsu. Feel 1,000 times. I'll bet you do, man. I'll bet you do. Okay, I took that too far, kind of gross. I don't know what you're talking about. If you learn to operate a radio, men who want to be you and women will want to be with you. Yeah, that's the case. Absolutely. Evan says that jokingly, right? The radio thing. But you should be the most dangerous person in the world. Like, when you are out in public with your wife should never have to wonder if she is safe. She should always, and vice versa, right? I don't have to worry about my wife getting up from the table and going to the bathroom and being abducted. My wife is the most dangerous fucking woman in the place that we're in, ever, almost always. It's very rare that we go someplace and there's some chick in there that's probably more dangerous than my wife is. My main point, 2 hours later, I realized I felt better than I had all week. Radio games. Yeah, radio games strong. Dave, Israel is developing their own form of jiu-jitsu. They need a name. Are we talking about Israel, the country is? Don't they have like Hizradat or something? Don't they have some combatives? I remind my wife how attractive I am frequently. She is so cute, rolling her eyes. Is the boot bag about double size of toilet paper? I'd say it's more than double size. It's built very similar. But I would say that, I don't know, guys, what do you think? I think it's double. It's more than double the size. My mom was the most dangerous woman on the planet. Yeah, there's kids today who've never had a spanking, never had a whooping. I think I'm better for that. You can fit 3 toiletry bags in a boot bag. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, Evan's saying quadruple. Seriously, buy Harris equipment. Are you talking about Harris radios? Why the fuck would you buy a radio where when you need service, they tell you to fuck off? Why would you buy a radio that you can't maintain and take care of yourself? What's a Harris radio going to do that a VX6R can't do? Or, you know, a proper 50 watt 2 meter 440 radio. I know the Harris radio. I know it's neat, but God forbid you need to fucking work on that thing. Already done with the rabbit stand built with hands. If a real man. Was at an event today, could not get close to the radio guy because of all the groupies. Dean, where was that at? Took my parents years to get smart and stop breaking wooden spoons on me. Yeah, I've had some wooden spoons broke on my ass. Obviously, someone who has never used Harris radios extensively, and what a pain in the ass. Harris radios are big in the mill simulation group. I don't know if they're still the radio. Like I've got Sabres. You know, the SEALs used Sabres for a long time. I've got MX300s. SEALs use those for a long time. But they're fucking useless. I mean, a VX6R is a way better radio than any of that bullshit is. Israel, get it? Oh, I get it. I see what you're doing there. I see it. Send gear to Israel? Yeah. Anybody in Israel's had time to buy gear from my company for 30 years. We ship stuff to Israel. I had a dealer in Israel. There's a lot of SOE gear in Israel. But they could have bought gear and been prepped up for the last 3 decades. There's nobody in any other country sending anything to the United States. Ever. Do you sell MREs? No, I don't sell any surplus stuff, man. You can buy MREs. Look on Facebook Marketplace. You'll find military surplus MREs. And then you can also buy them right from the companies that make MREs. If someone wanted to get started making their own gear, what do you need to get started, or where to start? It's like everything else, man. You can start with a sewing machine from Walmart for a couple $100, and you're going to break it. You can start with, there's all kinds of economy sewing machines out there. I know guys will tell you all kinds of shit. The real answer, about $1,600, you're going to buy a sewing machine. And if you're a dude that just like collects shit, right? You bought a welder, but you've never welded. Or you bought a welder and you stuck a couple of pieces of metal together. If it's like everything else that guy does, just go buy whatever sewing machine and pay less for it. You know, don't invest a lot. If you're a dude that works in mixed mediums and multi-medium stuff, and everything you do is badass, and you build 1 or 2 things, like my friend Mick Strider, he's a knife maker. He decided he's going to make some motorcycles, like ground up, from nothing. And he's built a lot of them. If you're that guy, you're going to spend about $2,500, and you're going to get a good sewing machine that's going to last you forever and do anything you want to do. That's the machine. Now, most of these materials, you can't just go buy them anywhere local. You're going to buy a roll, a yard of material from resellers selling this material by the yard. You're going to pay $25. But if you're going to really manufacture this stuff, you're going to buy this material and you're going to pay $13 a yard, because you're going to buy rolls that are 75 yards. And then when you buy material, when you buy webbing, this stuff right here, it's $1 a yard. Comes on 100-yard rolls. No, I'm wrong. It's $2.50 a yard, because it's $250 for a 100-yard roll. And a lot of these materials, you got to buy them by the case. So you're going to spend about $1,000 getting each size in each individual color. Screwed U.S. MRE, swapped all of them. It's given from Patriots. Oh yeah, the Canadian ones are always good. The Euro ones are good too. Shit, the German ones, I think the Canadian ones even, they have a nice piece of bread in them, and I think they have a little bottle of wine. Where are we based? In Tennessee, man. In Tennessee. Between Memphis and Nashville. Jadakiss is here. Which one is he? 8 MREs for a month straight in 2009. Yeah, when I moved into my shop, I ate MREs for 90 days straight. When I rented my first shop and drove there, my Blazer ran out of gas. I slept on isomats and cardboard boxes for 3 months. I traded Marines, MREs. On Friday, when they came out of the field, I would trade them for gear and belts and stuff, and I ate nothing but MREs for almost 3 months. If you eat MREs, you're gonna be backed up. I hear people say that shit all the time, man. I don't get it. Drink more water. I've never had a problem eating MREs. I assume those are the same guys. You know when you go to a truck stop and you hear some guy grunting like he's in extreme pain? Those are life decisions. Those are choices and decisions that those people make. I've never sat down on a toilet and had to fight to go to the bathroom. I got a Dumore 24 wire rabbit cage for like $25, Tractor Supply. Yep. Those are what I buy too. Now the issue with the 24 by 24, you can't put a full-size feeder on the front, so you're using bowls. When you move to the 30 by 30 cage, you can put an actual J feeder on the front that gravity feeds. I can put a lot more rabbit cages in the same amount of space going with 24-inch footprint cages, but it takes more labor, and because you have to give the rabbit food in a food bowl. Ain't worth making homemade gear. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I don't change my own oil in my truck. I can. I definitely don't mount my own tires. I don't do my services. I cut a hole in the side and put a J. Yeah, see, I can't put mine on the sides because my cages touch each other. I've got probably 30 cages right now of rabbits. Also, your lecture on how not to stink up the bathroom was like, it's real, man. Kids don't have an idea, man. Nobody takes a kid when they're young and goes, this is how you take a shit. Yeah, 196 people and only 88 thumbs up. Those are the same dudes that like men, but go home to a woman they don't like every night. Just got new tires, and you're lucky to get 100 per tire. I just bought new tires yesterday. I bought Nitto grapplers for the 4Runner. My truck came with Nittos on it. We bought takeoffs that were 99% tread from the dealership, and they were $800. They installed, they're right here. New shoes on the ride, brand new tires put on at the dealership yesterday. They just did a 60,000 mile service on that truck right there. There's another one right next to it. I've got other vehicles where I'm putting $1,000 tires on it. I put Pirelli P0s on one of my Porsches. They didn't last 6 months. Got a big 60-inch, 2-story rabbit hutch. Just needed something. Yeah. I'm not saying don't do it, man. I have caging all over the place, man. This is a ferret cage right here. People use them for rabbits. Get literally whatever works for you. I have tons of different kinds of caging. I don't throw any caging away. What you'll find when you start doing rabbits, I want to have about 50% extra empty cages. So when it comes time to clean rabbit cages and I have to scrape manure out of the corners, I'm going to set a brand new cage in place. I'm going to take the dirty cage out and I'm going to use a pressure washer. Also, once you've had rabbits, a lot of rabbits in an area for a long time, you'll have a lot of fur. And a lot of that fur will be full of urine and just, dust. I torch those things. I take the metal cages and hit them with fire, like literally with a weed dragon, and singe and burn all that hair off of them. It'll also kill any bacteria or parasites that's there. Yeah, I'm going to keep just adding more. Yeah, I want everything uniform. If you look at like these raised beds out here, I have these raised bed garden beds with the wheels on them. When I started buying them, they were $60. Then they went to $79. Now they're $160 from Tractor Supply. At $160, I'm not adding any more of them, but I have 50 of them. And I have them all because I can have them all in a pattern. And when we do the drone shots on the video, I think they look really nice. I'm about to need new tires on my Silverado. Very happy that I got over 50,000. Yeah, the Pirelli Scorpions are pretty good, man. I had Pirellis. I have them on my Range Rover right now. I've got Pirellis, a couple different Pirellis, and I've really liked the Michelins on the Porsches too. I've been very happy with these Nittos. I've got them on both the Toyotas. I had them on the old Toyota. I've got them on my Dodge, and I think that my Excursion has them on there too right now. Miss Amanda said y'all went for tires yesterday about the time my son got shot. Yeah, Brian, we were there. That's exactly what we were doing. Yeah, I'm going to keep just adding, yep. Brian's son was at a car show. Dude shot him point blank with a 9mm. There was an entry-exit wound. Luckily, it did not puncture any vitals. His son was in the hospital overnight and yesterday, went home today. He's still on heavy antibiotics. Law enforcement got the shooter. There was video of the shooting. The bullet went through his son into another person. I have not heard what has happened with the other person yet. My YouTube says 9 thumbs up. I'm at 99, 173 on. I don't mean to be rude, but I find it ridiculous when someone asks, what's your website? Okay, here's the deal with the website, guys. SOE Tactical Gear. Your website should always say what you do. Your web address should say what you do, as should your business. It's SOE Tactical Gear. Now, anybody listening to this, unless you're a complete idiot, anybody who has a YouTube channel, there is an about button or info on every social media page. There should be a link in there to your website. Entertain, educate, equip. That's the first thing I teach people when they say they want to start a business. Entertain. How do I capture you? Educate. What can I teach you? What can I give you that you didn't know you wanted? What can I teach you without you knowing? Equip. Every piece of content, there should be a call to action. What is the call to action? Buy my shit. Join my email list. Sign up for my newsletter. Most people fail. They capture, right? You interact with them. You pause on their social media post and you look at it. What are you being sold? What is the product? There's always a product. But they fail at the call to action. Sign up for my thing. Did you guys notice we're doing a promo where you get a free bag this week? Early Halloween. You get a free early Halloween bag. $65 value. It's the actual pattern set for these tool bags. It's just stripped down. It doesn't have the pocket on the side. It doesn't have the Type 13 webbing. It doesn't have the full Velcro alignment. Right? It doesn't have all the modular. It doesn't have the double layer bottom. It's these right here. Do you want one of these bags for free? Of course, everybody wants something for free. You want a free Halloween themed tool bag light? Of course. Everybody looks at it. Everybody watched that video. It's been shared 4,000 times on Instagram. So they pause, free. Yeah, I want it. How do I get it? Go to my website. Sign up for my email or my text app. That's the call to action. Every email we sent out, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and tonight, has a promo code. The promo code, you buy $50 worth of shit, I'm going to give you that $65 bag for free when we ship your order. Entertain, educate, equip. We captured your attention with the video. We told you we're going to get something free. We told you how to get it. Call to action. Sign up for email. Sign up for text. Tool bag lights are awesome. I placed orders for stuff I was already going to buy anyways. Yep, that's the way to do it, man. Share it on Instagram. I appreciate you. Josh, everyone wants free stuff. Other kid lived also. Not sure where he was hit. Not sure if he kept the bullet. I'll bet they won't let him keep the bullet, man. I would assume they need that for evidence in the upcoming trial. Hold on, I gotta pee. You guys can come with me. Hello. 162 on here. Only 108 thumbs up. It's weird how that works. People could be anywhere on the internet right now on Sunday evening, but they're here listening to me. But they can't be bothered to simply hit the thumbs up. You need an 8-head duffel bag? We have one. Our large duffel will hold 8 heads in a duffel bag. Lost count of how many tool bag lights I have. Do you have stuff in them? They're usable, right? Wish you guys had a 12 mag setup for 76251. Well, do you have, first of all, let's start with, do you own any of our 308 rigs? Because you're here asking for something that literally nobody wants. We built 308 rigs for the SEAL teams. We built them for battalion reconnaissance and force guys. Nobody wants to carry 12 mags but you. They're going to carry 4, and they're going to carry more mags to replenish the 4. We made a rig that held 8 mags. We've only sold 2 of them ever. We took them off the website. Nobody buys them. But I do make a rig. The Rallyman LBV and the Patrol LVV carry 8. And you can put 2 more on each side. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We build that vest. Use them for all kinds of stuff, John. They are versatile as hell. Oh yeah, the tool bag lights. Tool bag light make great little hate sack. Yeah. Are we gonna pee right now? Yeah. Ply mud and snow through. That sounds perfect. What do they run? The guy asking how much they cost is never the customer, man. They're $1,200. They're $1,200. We built them for 20 years. We have a website. To do business with my company, you kind of have to know how to do business. We're kind of a pain in the ass to do business with. There are dudes that can call up. Well, you can't call. Here's a 4 mag right here. This is a 4 mag 308 rig. There's a black one floating around here too somewhere I saw. Right here. Holds 4 mags. You unclip it, you can lay prone in this thing. You can scale it and put more shit on it. You could put mags on the front. You could put 2 more on the sides. There's your 12 mag right there. You can scale it. There are guys that can ask me to build things that I'll build them for. When I look at their name, they have hundreds of orders. When a dude asks me to do something special, the first thing I do is look at his account. We don't do anything special for a dude who's not been here for a long time. Because I only have so much labor. I own 52 sewing machines. I've never seen 20 of them run in this town ever. And I'm not leaving this town. I love where I live. I live on a farm right here. So, I sell everything that I can possibly make to customers who have been clients for a very long time. be careful who you take advice from on the internet. There's a lot of dudes that give you a lot of advice on the internet. Always click on their shit and see what their stuff looks like. We take a lot of combat advice from dudes on the internet who've never been shot at. You take a lot of advice on training and combat from dudes on the internet, and there's not a single picture of them doing any of the shit they tell you. So always be advised. We're super fast to call people friends. But when you push them and you're like, when's the last time you saw your friend? Most of these dudes' friends, they've never even met each other. If someone has something I want, I give him my credit card info and ask him to send it. I don't ask what it costs. I get it, man. I'm always curious too. I am curious when I see companies what it costs, because it just tells me if I want to pursue it or not, right? I have some price in my head. I get it. 2 times heavy, actually all more, but it's required sometimes. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you run heavy. I mean, look at your breachers loadout. I don't want to run around with a Halligan tool and a Broco torch and jam spreaders, hydraulic door spreaders and shit. But if we come up someplace we need to exfil real fast, I'm going to be fucking glad that dude's in the stack somewhere and going to be able to get us through there. I don't want to be there with a screwdriver chipping mortar out of cinder blocks. Carlos Lopez, what's up? Yeah, the range is a hell of a lot better than 308, right? And lighter carbines, you know, lighter calibers shoot into cars. 308 shoot through cars, for sure. Especially if you armor, right? If you're coming up against any kind of people in armor, 308, absolutely. The shit you don't carry is all, yeah. Years ago, my son, he was very young, and they were doing a winter survival class at TAC Response. And my son was going out there. I think he was like 11. So we roll into class. We're on the same property. I just walked from one building to the other building. We roll into class, and Wetsu, Russ Kalkman, says, all right, everybody get all your stuff. And these guys came in with all these heavy backpacks. He's like, let's check out all your gear. And he brought them in. They had backpacks and rigs and all kinds of shit. And he's like, okay, now that it was now he had all their gear in the shop. He said, all right, follow me. And they all went out and got in their cars. He said, you're only bringing what's in your pockets. And they were out on the range, 600 acres out there. They were out on the range, in the snow, in the ice, in the snowstorm for 2 days. Nobody starved. Nobody froze. Nobody had tents. Nobody had sleeping bags. They literally had what was in their pockets. So I know what CBRN is, right? Used to be NBC, CBRN, but what's the CA? Are you talking California CBRN, or what's the CA? Can you give us a rundown of the growth of SRF to the most recent FRS? This one was smaller. We had 700 some last time. We had over 500 this time. The very first one I did, we didn't even call it SRF. It was just a get-together. I quietly said during the lockdowns I was going to do a get-together, and we had 250 people show up. Clarence is a Fed? Clarence Watson? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Civil Affairs. Got it. Civil Affairs. That's why I carry my truck. That's what I plan on going to shit hit the fan. .30 by 6 gets through. Black tip, yeah. Black tip stuff. Retired Fed. Man, we worked with a lot of dudes that were doing, you know, breaching and stuff. A lot of guys, and a lot of dudes too, they get deputized to a task force, right? So you'll see a lot of guys with specialized skills go to a task force. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to all feds. We work with some dudes that have been feds. We've done some cool shit with some fed guys. I understand what you guys are saying, and I do understand the concern with feds. I say it all the time. There's always a fed at every event. He's usually, or we say he's a fed, right? When really he's gotten in trouble for something, so they send him. You can always identify him because he's talking about machine guns and wants to know where to buy guns at an event where there are no guns. He's easily identifiable. 3.6 gets through most armored truck windshield, old Teflon shit. Also, in a zombie apocalypse, that's the only way you can kill a zombie is headshot. I always laugh, like, yeah, I get the zombie thing, man. I watch all the zombie movies. I listen to all the prepper fiction. But most dudes worried about the zombie apocalypse, they forgot rule number 1. They're collectors, man. They're collectors. They don't train. Most of them live in poverty. They just grumpy, pissing old, don't do anything, and they're physically unfit. CBR. Cats love 2-PAM antrachloride and 2-PAM. What the fuck am I looking for? What's the other one? What's the auto injectors? 2-PAM chloride and atropine. 12 gauge broken up chunks of ceramic shards, sparks cut through windshield. Come on, man. Are you really loading? I mean, it's neat. But are you really carrying around fucking broken spark plugs and shotgun shells? I don't. How many times? I'm 52. I've never had to like shoot at a dude through a windshield like that. I'm just not. It's not. It's not a concern. It's like all the guys building these badass off-road trucks, right? These moon buggies and the King of Hammers trucks. They're badass, man. Every time you go off-roading for real, though, there's a bypass around all those big crazy obstacles. I want air conditioning and heating. I want a heated steering wheel. I want power steering. I've had all those trucks. I've got trucks right now. I've got a 91 Suburban out there, completely built badass. It still has 91 windshield wipers. It's got 91 windows. It's got a 91 heater. It's got 91 air conditioning. Mom always told me I was just big boned. My mom, I'm big boned. Overland, yeah, overland. And you can overland. You can go out there with all those dudes. I don't want fucking to have to sawzall my truck apart anymore. How much you don't know. And even when you know, like when you go to a school and you get all the curriculum, there's always somewhere else, right? There's always something we don't know. You can be in the group. You can get all the attaboys from all the guys on the forum and the Facebook groups. There's always something you don't know. You can go to all the gunfighting schools, and then you find Craig Douglas, ShivWorks. That's a whole different fucking world. Been fighting the urge to get a sand rail. Man, I have no interest in sand rails. I always like the Favs and the rigs like that. But a sand rail, I've never been interested in, something that does sand. I've never put a paddle on a motorcycle. I've never, wanted to go to Glamis. We always rode Ocotillo and stuff. Hard pack and rocks and jumps and cliffs, but never sand. And I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying it's not my interest. What shop? This shop here, Special Operations Equipment. we build all this stuff. 158 people on here right now on Sunday night. All you guys that are here frequently, do you notice how many new guys there are? That's a lot now. A lot of new dudes showing up. Camden, China. Craig Douglas will take the piss out of half of the fighting schools. Yeah, Craig Douglas. He's been here. Craig's been in this building. Good books to help with training. Man, you can read all of it. It's like trying to read jiu-jitsu. Like, are you going to read how to do jiu-jitsu? You can be well read on jiu-jitsu, and then some fucking 6-year-old fucks you up. Show 3 popular people. Buddy, there's 4,000 videos on here, man. Everything we make's popular. I know that sounds silly. As the owner of this company, I can tell you how great my stuff is. But more importantly than that, there's 144 people on here. I'll bet I've met 90 of them in real life. And I'll bet over 120 of them own this product. If you see it hanging here, it's because it's popular. Every day, we build stuff here in this building. And if I can sell 100 of it, we only make 75 of it. Because labor is my bottleneck. There's always urgency. I want urgency in my client base. I don't sit on inventory. So if you see something you think you want, there's not a, I'm going to wait till payday or I'm going to save up and buy it. It's gone within a couple days of us building it. All of these rigs are very popular. We make specific rigs for shotgun. We make specific rigs that work for AK and M4. These fanny packs, we've built over 1,000 of these in the last 2 months. Those are the few out of the last runs. We build them in batches of like 24. Tool bags, super popular, highly modular. You can add in all these different pockets to the inside to organize them. They work as range bag tool bags. This one here's a large tool bag. It's what I carried yesterday. It's got all my battery packs, hard drives, all my extra gear. Carries a drone, a few extra cameras in there. Do you have any black 2-point bungee slings, 2D mounts? Yeah, I'm sure we do. The slings come with one mount. It says in big bold letters, if you want a second mount for the back, you need to order it, click here. But there's always a dude every few months that fucks it up and then takes issue with it. These are 2 points right here. I've got black, I've got coyote. You order it with the mount you want, and we build the mounts typically that morning. So if you want this with QDs, we remove this one and we build a QD. I build them every morning. I build all the mounts for the slings. If you're new here and see something you like, just order it. Yeah. And keep in mind, I do these videos every night at 9 o'clock. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about for the most part. And I just walk around and show you the gear that we have. It changes over all the time. Glamis Rocky Point with a paddle. Right on. Yeah, we go to Ocotillo. Shell Reef, pole line, all that stuff out there. .42, I smoke, still get the blood pressure 120. Been working all weekend. Any new developments in Gaza? Nah, I don't give a shit about Gaza. I don't care about Ukraine. I can tell you a lot about what we did this weekend. I can tell you about what Amanda and I did. I can tell you about the people we met and had a several-hour conversation with at dinner. I can tell you about this new program we're going to start here, internship show that we're doing. I can tell you about a bunch of videos that loaded this weekend that'll be coming out. I can tell you about an event here where I had 700 people here last week and all the things coming from that. But I can't tell you shit about current events that don't involve me. It's not Ozark Trails. Ozark Trails. Is that that's Walmart's brand, right? You guys at SOE seem to eat a lot of protein. Is there a best form of protein? Yeah, meat. Yep, meat. Dude, I have all kinds of supplements. I take all kinds of supplements still. I don't currently take any kind of protein powder, any of that stuff. I'm not saying don't. I have a whole fucking gym here. I work out a lot of times twice a day. Upstairs, all kinds of commercial cardio equipment. I eat meat. I eat meat that I know where it comes from. I don't eat Walmart meat. Find yourself a butcher. Go buy you some meat. If you think meat's expensive, buy larger cuts of meat and cut it down how you want it. You'll save some money on packaging. I have a grill outside from Camp Chef. It's got a griddle for doing pancakes. I turn it on for about 2 minutes, and the griddle is 700 degrees. I take ribeye, and I cut it into strips about 2 by 2 inches. And I salt and pepper it. And then I put it on that grill for about 2 minutes on each side. And then I'll add something else with it. Eat whatever you want with it. But for the last 6 months, I've been eating mostly like one ingredient foods. I don't buy anything out of a package or a box. And if I can't pronounce the ingredient, I don't use it. I just use meat, salt, pepper, and butter. I'll slice a cucumber up and put sea salt on it, put it in the fridge so it chills while I'm making dinner. And it takes me about 10 minutes to make dinner. Food time. Local ranch. Yeah, you can use local ranchers. Just fucking use what you want to use. You can. I know the name of the cow in my freezer. I just never take anything out of my freezer. I literally drive to the grocery store here. They have a butcher shop in there, and I buy 2 ribeyes almost every night. I don't buy 4. I don't buy 6. I don't stack them in the refrigerator. I go every night at about 5 o'clock. I drive to the grocery store. I buy 2 ribeyes, a cucumber. Sometimes I buy a box of mushrooms or a squash, and that's what I eat. I'll even cook dessert. I'll take brown sugar and butter, melt it down in a pan, slice a banana in there or a peach, and I'll render that down, and then I'll put it over ice cream. Now, the ice cream has some bullshit ingredients in it, right? I'm using Breyer's vanilla ice cream. There's some horse shit in there. We could make our own ice cream. It's not hard to make ice cream. Just takes a little bit longer. And then in your ice cream, there's nothing in there but cream, sugar, and flavor, whatever you're going to put in there. Do I remember the Russian tent? Yeah, it's a Russian hot tent. Jaeger, just search tent on TAC Response videos. He's done several videos on it. It was available on Amazon. There's a ton of them, dude. Those little diesel heaters are badass. The little stainless steel tent wood heaters are badass. Cow in the freezer was named Jeffrey. I got to FaceTime with him when I picked him up. Best friend raises few cows, kicks shit out of Stormy. Yeah, for sure, man. Have I ever had pemmican? No, man, I've never had pemmican. I've seen all the recipes for it. Have you ever seen pea sausage? S2 Underground, awesome YouTube channel. He did a cooking channel. And then what's the cooking channel where the dude tells all the history and he's dressed like it's 1776. I can't, Townsend. Those are some great YouTube videos too. Ribeye vanilla ice cream, yep. Have you used the zucchini noodle maker? Yeah, we've used it. Yeah, we've used it a bunch. You'll get a lot of moisture out of it, so let it kind of sit, you know, when you do that. We've used spaghetti squash also. S2 War Kitchen, yeah, great channel. Fat Electrician. If he's not on your radar, guys, check out Fat Electrician. Great videos. Buy prime rib when you can get on sale. Cut it apart yourself for ribeyes. Yep. Salt, acid, fat, delicious. Mike Glover has current events. Yeah, I'm on Mike Glover's Patreon. I like Mike's stuff. Yeah, I think it's worth listening to him if you're looking for that stuff. Diesel heaters, just be cautious to have decent ventilation. Yeah, like anything else, just like running a a generator. Joel Salatin was here last weekend. We hung out for, 10 hours on Monday. He said, I need a wood furnace. He's like, you need a wood furnace. He makes watching cooking videos great. Dressed like a fucking revolutionary soldier. Yep. FE is hilarious, even funnier when he goes on unsubscribed with Angry Cop. Oh, Fat Electrician, Angry Cop. You mean donut operator? Refrigerated oatmeal, steel cut. Yep, you got to put it. You got to soak it. That's the key to steel cut. If you're going to use real steel cut oatmeal, you need to soak it long ahead of time. And once you cook it, if you leave it sit, that motherfucker will turn like gelatin, like hard gelatin, like a breast implant, like silicone. Used to get whole filet from Costco, cut myself, worked out $10 a night. Yep. You can still get that at Costco. You can get it at Sam's Club too. Love noodles, getting the ones from the Amish. Yep. If you guys just start cooking for yourself, right? If you eat clown food, what do I mean by clown food? I mean, if you go to a place where you drive up and they hand you a bag of food through a hole in the wall, it's clown food. All those fast food places, every one of them had a clown, if you think about it. If you just switched to eating at Walmart, if you went there and just got your single ingredients from Walmart, you're going to be much healthier. You can do a lot better than Walmart. But if you're eating junk, and you start preparing and just shop the outside of the store, right? Vegetable, fruit, meat, dairy. If you just search, if you just nothing out of a box or a plastic package, you will fucking feel so much better. Your clarity of mind, everything you do, you will start to look better in the mirror. I only eat clown food when on gigs. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I had a fucking Burger King. I had a Whopper a few nights ago. My farts almost singed my fucking hair off of my legs. It gives you gas. You feel like shit. You're slower the next day. When you haven't been eating trash, it literally is like poison to you. What are your thoughts on the HelloFresh Blue Ribbon? We used Blue Ribbon for about 6 months. It was good. You order the things you want. If you want to use it, use it, man. Try it. You got to cook it, though. It takes about 30 minutes. I cook my stuff. Now, we used another one. We didn't use HelloFresh. We used Blue Apron. And then we had another one where the food was in pouches, basically. And you just put it in a pot of water and it warmed it up, kind of like sous vide. Definitely felt like garbage after. Yeah, clown food. It's clown food, man. There's poisons in there. Think about it. Do you think they're actually giving you meat? It doesn't look like meat. Doesn't smell like meat. If you put it outside, ants don't eat most of it. The same people promoting all the fake meat, do you think they're really feeding you real meat when you're ordering it? I gotta have some trash every now and then. Dude, I get it, man. I have a fucking cheesecake. I have a 5-pound cheesecake sitting in the refrigerator. I've been eating it off of it since last week. My friend's wife made it. We can pronounce every ingredient in that motherfucker. I get it. This dude stopped buying food from a speaker, lost 60. Oh, fuck yeah, Pippinized. Fuck yeah, man. Things happen. When you get in shape, it clears your mind. And you don't have to like lose 100 pounds. You just have to start the journey. When you start the journey, physical fitness fixes mental clarity. It changes things for you. And it does it rapidly. You will walk around, like if you hunch over, right? I walk around hunched over all the time. I sit on a sewing machine. I sit in a vehicle a lot. I walk around hunched over. When you stand up straight, right, and you roll your shoulders back, you stand up. I go from like 5'5" to 5'8". I'm literally just making a conscious effort. I stand almost 3 inches taller. It just happens, man. When you start working out, things get better for you. I feel like we're living in a world where Neo took, that's what you are. You are very much so, right? Everything is controlled, and to include your politicians. They're controlled by pharmaceutical companies. Your doctors don't make money by curing you. Most doctors have no interest or even any knowledge to cure you. They sell you a drug. The first drug makes you sick or very ill, and they sell you 2 or 3 more drugs to counter that drug. Your doctors who take insurance don't make any money on the first drug they sell you. They make money on the second, third, and fourth, and it's a sliding scale. So when they get to drug 4, they actually will monetize the first drug that they gave you. So they make some on the first, more on the second, more on the third, more on the fourth. If they only prescribe you 1 drug, there is 0 profit to them in giving you 1 drug. Have you ever heard that before? Sounds crazy, right? Look that shit up. It's 100% true. There is no profit in cure. Look how many people around the United States have said they have cures for cancer, and how many of them mysteriously committed suicide. There was 168 of them in an 18-month period. Every one of them said they had a cure for different types of cancer. Every one of them died mysterious deaths. I have genetics to eat whatever I want, but I still eat. Yeah, because you feel good. You feel better. Like brain fog is a real thing. Brain fog is very real. It blows your mind the first time you read it. Yep. There's a book called Lies Your Doctor Told You. It's on Amazon. You can get it. It's a very quick read. You guys all should check it out. My personal doctor, Dr. Barry, who is very fucking famous now, he wrote that book. Doc at Gorham Homestead said that if your pediatrician doesn't keep your kids on a near the vaccine schedule, they drop insurance reimbursements. Yep. Gorhams were here today. They were here at this property today. Dawn and her husband. My mom is diabetic. When she was in a hospital, they gave her high-carb diet. Yeah. The Center for Diabetes or whatever writes these fucking recipes that are high-carb. High-carb raises the glycemic index, right? You can fix diabetes. Especially, there's no such thing as type 2 diabetes, guys. Let's call it what it is. It's self-induced diabetes. You have very few people who are born where their pancreas doesn't work. That's type 1 diabetes. Almost everything else, unless there's an accident or something, an injury, The rest of it is self-induced diabetes. And when you remove carbohydrates, the diabetes goes away. There is no profit for a doctor or pharmaceutical company to make your diabetes go away. They profit, as does your doctor. Your doctor makes money from the pharmaceutical reps. Your doctor meets with the pharmacy reps. Pharmacy reps are not doctors. They are not pharmacists. They are business majors. If your doctor's driving a Tesla, chances are that the pharmaceutical company leased the Tesla. Your doctor has a timeshare. Your doctor goes on cruises. Your doctor goes to events around the world. The pharmaceutical companies do that, just like your politicians. The pharmacy reps come in, say, we have all these drugs, give them to your people. Give them to your patients. Kids are unvaxxed. When we got vaxxed, there were 6. Yeah. What do your kids get? 75 vaccinations by the time they're like fucking 10? The mercury buildup, the aluminum buildup. Had to have blood draw 2 years ago. Been fasting 9 years now. Doctor comes back, goes, come back tomorrow and don't eat for 12 hours. I'm like, can I do it now? Haven't eaten in 19 hours. Yep. 72 vaccinations. John, is your apocalypse doctor close to compound, and is that first person needed on compound? I don't know what you're asking me. Dr. Barry lives 15 minutes from me. All these sheep out in the front yard, those came from Dr. Barry's flock. I don't go to a doctor. I go to an emergency room if I need a bone set or I need a wound closed. I have blood work. I have blood work taken sometimes every 6 weeks. I have a doctor. He's not a doctor like you think of a doctor. I don't go where there's sick people. I don't walk in a place and sit where people are coughing and moaning. I don't go where there's unhealthy people. Personally know 2 kids of friends that were healthy and are now autistic after vaccine. There's a lot of them, man. Outdoor with the Morgans. They have an autistic child. Their child was fine until the vaccinations. Have you ever tried Peak Refuel? It's like a better version of Mountain House. No, I haven't. I have not. Dakota took Aurora to the doctor for a cold push to give her baby the flu and COVID vaccines. Yep. There's a whole, there are a lot of doctors out there. You just have to find them. When you go to a normal doctor and you haven't given, and you won't give your kid all the vaccinations, they will cease doing business with you. They get very angry. It's very fucking bizarre. Wife had to do water only for a week for a surgery. She hated the cravings, but by the 3rd day she testified she felt better. Yep. We talked to Nutrient Survival. They pretty well told us to fuck off. They don't like. I think they have a problem that I say fuck a lot. And I'm not saying, like, everybody that pushes Nutrient Survival, you guys should buy Nutrient Survival and taste it. I have not seen it. I have seen a lot of that stuff, though, where it's a powder. It's not like a real meal. So buy some of all of it, test it out, see what you like. Mountain House is super, super full of salt and sodium now. There's another company out there that does freeze-dried food where you can just buy shrimp and filet mignon and steaks that have been freeze-dried. But if you're going to buy any amount of freeze-dried food, guys, you should just buy a freeze dryer. We have one. There's a code on my website to buy a Harvest Right freeze dryer. We've got one here. We freeze dry stuff. I'm not saying fuck them. I'm saying they basically told us to fuck off. No meds or doctor for 13 years. Yeah, I'm not ever sick, man. And like, you guys should check out oregano oil. I know, it sounds crazy. I'm not trying to sell you lavender oil and doTERRA and bullshit. I'm telling you, make oregano oil. Luckily, we had a good doctor. Wanted to space out the vaccinations. He was cool. Yeah, go try to get a tetanus shot. You can't get a fucking tetanus shot that doesn't have 6 other things in it now. They're trying to make the flu shot to include mRNA and COVID all in the same thing, and they're requiring that children entering school and continuing school have the flu and COVID shot. Are you guys aware of the miscarriage rates, the Department of Defense miscarriage rates that they've put out over the last 3 years? You guys should go look those up, because if I told you what it was, you would not believe me. You would think that I am mistaken. Does anybody know what the current Department of Defense miscarriage rate is for pregnant females? That means a person with a vagina, by the way. They're giving dogs COVID shots. They gave zoo animals COVID shots. They have trapped millions of game animals, deer, across the United States, the wildlife groups, Wildlife Authority, millions of deer, and vaccinated them with the mRNA vaccine. So all you hunters that think you're going to go get wild game meat, you might want to look into this. Is Centrum for adults? No, it's probably not. Most of the vitamins that you eat, they turn your piss yellow and makes it stink. That's because you're pissing them out. Don't just take a multivitamin. Know what you actually are taking it for. Like, what are you deficient in? If you get blood work done, there's companies where you can just go and they'll draw 3-4 tubes of blood. They'll do it through LabCorp. You could go to the Camden Hospital. That's LabCorp down in the basement there. They'll take your blood and mail it to whoever you're dealing with, and then they'll tell you what you need to take. Not to mention the deer have been feasting on GMO corn. Sure have. We don't have, you always hear about gluten allergies. We really don't have a gluten problem. You have a Roundup problem. Everything that you eat where people have gluten allergies, they're all sprayed with glyphosate. Do you know that all of your cereal crops and corn and such, a day or two before harvesting, they drive those spray rigs and they spray all that shit again. So when all that stuff is harvested and put in those silos, it's sprayed with Roundup. The most poisonous thing you can feed any of your children is kids' cereal. Tetanus, very rare disease, super rare. The odds of getting tetanus approximately 1.5 per million, since 70% of those who develop the disease fully recover. Only 1 per 5 million will die. Yep, but that's the first thing they do. All right, I need to find something for muscle cramps. I've been getting them a lot last few weeks. Yeah, you need salt in your stomach and leg. You need salt. You need probably like Relight will probably work. Celtic sea salt is good. Rock salt, put it in your coffee or whatever you're drinking. But salt is pickle juice would be good. Pickle juice works because it's high in salt. Do you think it's impossible to cook out mRNA in meat? So I don't know the answer to that, man. I really don't. I have no idea. They say that just leaving meat out, just light hitting it will kill it. But I don't know. I haven't seen any like real studies. I also haven't pursued real studies on that. Magnesium for cramps. There you go. I use salt, but I am not using the right salt. Magnesium. McDonald's fries. Oh, McDonald's fries are fucking... anything coming from McDonald's it's cooked in rapeseed oil, right? Do you know what rapeseed oil is? That's what canola oil really is. It's rapeseed oil. Rapeseed oil is the #1 ingredient in foam yoga mats. Amy, you gotta drop, like, a lot of those issues will go away. You gotta stop drinking those morning coffees. That stuff you buy that you think is coffee, there's no coffee in it. It's all straight sugar, and it's corn syrup. Corn syrup is full of corn, comes from corn, and it's full of glyphosate. Like, if you want coffee, like when you walk in the kitchen and make coffee, that's coffee. You make that coffee. All those drinks you bring in here that are in a container, you shouldn't be drinking any of. A lot of your problems and issues will go away if you cut out all of that stuff you buy, like at a gas station or anywhere. Right. Haven't bought any since the 13th. Yeah, that'll make a big difference, Amy. Come in here, get your water out of the Berkey filter. That's where the water for the coffee machine comes, from the Berkey filter. And then just make coffee here. You can still, and even if you put the bullshit in there, right? The creamers and shit, they're terrible too, but at least you control it. When you buy one of those coffee drinks from like McDonald's or somewhere, like less than 10% of that has any coffee in it. The rest of it's all soybean and corn syrup, and it's just horrible. Hadn't heard about COVID vax for animals. Interest. Oh, look it up, man. They were blasting it. Yanasa Ventures did a whole video on it about a week ago. TWRA here, Tennessee Wildlife, just flew over with a bunch of airplanes and helicopters and dropped all these packages that are vaccinating against rabies. Pretty interesting. We don't have like a huge influx of rabies or anything, but they're dropping all this shit for rabies too. Most Americans on the cusp of dehydration every day. Yep. And Redmond's makes a thing. Relight has, it's not just salt. It's got minerals and shit in it. It's for muscle cramps and such. Had a large McDonald's French fry today. Extra salt ketchup. It's like crack. Yep. It's even better with like a Frosty or something. And you're a grown-ass man. You can eat that 10 times a day if you want. We just have to be honest with ourselves that every time we do that, we're ingesting poison. Same thing with alcohol. Every time you drink alcohol, you are poisoning yourself. All right, guys, I'm about to jump off of here. Overhydrated. Nah, she ain't overhydrated. She ingests a lot of liquid, but there's a lot of junk in the liquid. Very, very, very few people are overhydrated. Hard part trying to figure out who and what products to trust. Don't use products. Use fucking real shit. You don't need to go buy a protein powder. Eat fucking meat. We know what the ingredients are. Here's some ingredient right here. Here's some ingredients right here. Everybody's looking for the magic elixir. Nobody wants to do the little bit of work. Stop treating yourself with fast food. Yeah, yeah. I do it myself, guys. We went the other night. We went to Burger King. I know what I'm doing every time I do it. How do you lose 80 pounds in 4 months? Get your hormones right. Start with that. Get your testosterone right. Stop eating shit. Work out. Our guy Bob Lester comes here. Our friend Bob, 100 pounds since last SRF. That's 100 pounds in 6 months. Yeah, meat ingredients. Ingredients should be one thing. Cow, pig, chicken, fish. Those are ingredients. Yeah, ketchup, guys, here in the United States, half the bottle sugar. There's more sugar in ketchup than Coca-Cola. Am I in a Goodwill? What do you think? Am I in Goodwill? Do you think that's where I'm at, dipshit? You lost 90 pounds in 10 months. No carbs, no sugar. Yep. There you go. Isaac Barrett, 100 pounds, TRT. When you go get your testosterone checked and you go to a normal doctor, they're going to give you one number. If they give you one number, that's not the right doctor for you. There are two numbers. And they should always also check your vitamin D, your estrogen. You need a little bit of estrogen for your prostate health. They should talk about Nolvadex, Clomid. There's several different things that go with testosterone, right? And then they should also have a conversation about testosterone enanthate, testosterone cypionate, or testosterone pronate, right? There are propionate. There's different types. And if your doctor doesn't know this conversation, you have the wrong doctor. Your family doctor is not the place to go to get your testosterone done. Oh, did he lose it from TRT? No, he lost it from fucking hard work. He lost it from not eating shit, and he lost it from working out, and he lost it from having testosterone, yes. Bob goes and sees the same doctor I use. Yep, Jerry at Optimize Health. Optimize you. He's got a razor. Matt from Optimize You was here this weekend at Self-Reliance Festival. He's got a razor. I don't know what that means. I've got a bunch of razors, Polaris razors. I also have Amanda has quite the straight razor collection. Or are we talking like Zoolander, like a razor scooter with two little wheels? Lost 12 pounds from peptides, cutting some bullshit, and iodine. Yeah, because when you start taking testosterone or you start using peptides, you typically do other healthy things with that. So it's a combination of things. And when you amplify those things, there's a synergistic effect to them. I run several peptides, right? I use BPC, body protective coating. I use sumarelin, which ups your IGF, your insulin growth factor, which is the same reason you take growth hormone. You get a similar effect. I use another product that doubles the reaction time in my body of the sumarelin. You could also use ipamorelin. Wolverine, body protective coating. You can use that injectable into your love handles, into the brown fat. You can also get a oral inhalant that you use like a nasal spray. What's the other one? CGC? Amanda?
What?
What's the other peptide? KPV. Yeah, KPV. BPC 157. CJC 1295. Yep, I already did them all. Someday could Amanda do a video on her straight razor collection? Yeah, she has in the past, man. There's old videos of it up. Thought you said BBC, Big Black Cock. Yeah, BPC, Body Protective Coating. And there's U.S. laboratories, right? A lot of the places you get your testosterone therapy done will prescribe that stuff through U.S. labs. There's other places you can get it. You can buy it literally right through the internet. Do you use Rubbermaid structural foam tanks? Bang bang. I don't know what that is, man. We use some Rubbermaid stock tanks, like the hard plastic ones. We use Rubbermaid totes, like all through the building. Clamp down on peptides. Of course they are. They work. Anything you hear the FDA is going to get rid of, it's because it makes you healthier and cuts into the pharmaceutical companies. Of course they're going to. NAD, MNM, right? You can buy it over the market. You're still going to be able to get it. You're just going to have a fucking doctor or a hormone place prescribe it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Everybody have a great night.